Oh, right, morning everyone. I'm I'm already out of breath. I'm just loading up this outside job. I'll take you up there in a second. It's a lovely sunny morning. I've got a parking space, which is quite good here where I am in this big van. And I've just been loading up on the roof. I'll take you up there, show you what's what. Not as bad as what I thought. I only looked at it from below and did the whole thing. Yeah, don't worry love, I'll sort it out. And then you worry about how much work is up there. But after getting up on the roof and having a look, it all seems a bit smaller than what I remember and not too much blown. So without further ado, let's shut me up and I'll show you the roof. So there it is, that little section up there. Right, let's take you up. Just cover that up. So. Let me show you this thing here. I don't know what to do with this. So it's not, I don't even think it's a lintel. I thought there'd be bricks under this render above the window frame, but Jesus Christ, it just looks like it's been shuttered up, just poured with a load of concrete. Let's turn you around and have a look. So look, let's take it back a bit. There's the old window. And I presumed that this was going to be rendered onto bricks, but when you go in there, look, you see that? Look, there's nothing there. I've no idea what's under this and what's above that. I can see the remnants of a brick, but I think it's just like a bit of, they've just mixed a load of gear up and bunged it in like concrete. So I'm just going to really gently take that back. I'm not going to piss about too much with that. I'm just going to really dub it out with the gear. So this bit here is not so bad. I'm just literally going to scrape all the loose off, and I'll probably run a grinder along it and just cut a load of grooves in it just to give it a key. And then I'm going to chuck a base coat across a lot of it. And as for these bits up here, as for these bits, it's just do what I can with these. I'm just going to scrape them back. You can see that, can you? It goes right in. Look, there's my hand. Right under that. Looks like there's some timber there. Some sort of old timber. There is a brick there, but I think that's just part of like a shuttering mix or something. And then it goes right through. You got some timber there, probably for this window. So yeah, what does one do with that? Maybe make another bit of shuttering up along there and just fill it up, dob it out. Bit of EML or something. Bit stumped really. I wasn't expecting that.
Run sequence. What are we waiting for? Let's do it.
Just thought I'd come in here for 5 minutes and have a drink. I'm not sponsored or anything, but it is the choice of a new generation. But anyway, yeah, that job is I didn't really look at it very much when I looked. I just looked from below and just saw it needed a few bits taken out, but they just wanted it tidied up really. She only originally wanted the worst bits taken out, so I said to her, look, I won't hack it all off. I didn't price for that. I just priced to take the worst out, get a base of silicone render across the whole lot, and then top it off with like a thin coat thing. So now I'm sort of reaping the benefit of not really going up there and looking. So it's a bit more involved than what I thought, but I should be all right on the price. Obviously no lintel above that. It looks like there's probably been some sort of shuttering formed and then a load of concrete poured in and then taken out. So that's what I'm dealing with now. It seems to go right through to the room almost. So I might chuck a load of expanding foam just in that initial behind bit, just to sort of give it a bit of a knit, so I haven't got to put, you know, like 6 or 7 inches of bloody base coat in it. So I'll do that, form a bit of shuttering, and then just get that to a point today where it's ready for a top coat of the base coat tomorrow. So I'll get all the paint off, what wants to come off. Anything loose I'll scrape off. I've gone along it with a grinder, just giving it some key, and then I'm going to paint it all with a render grip, red render grip. Put a base coat on it, put mesh all throughout in it. Then obviously once that's dry in a few days time, I'll put the silicone on it. So it's always horrible when you're in this stage of the job. You start looking around and you think, what have I done? What have I even said yes to this for? But when you stand back and look at it, it's only a small wall really. It's nothing major to worry about. It's just a lot of doubt when you're hacking it off, because you just wondering how far it go. And also that building is terraced, so the back of the other two, they all run parallel with each other, and the one on the right of me, as I look at it, they've not long had theirs done. It's not been done in silicone, it's just sand and cement. Looks like they've even rounded around the window frames there, so I don't know if they've hacked off or not. So I'm just going to have to be really careful. I'll put a grinder line down that, just in case. I don't want that, you know, entering their space. So we shall see. Onwards and upwards. just up on the parapet now. This bit, lucky enough, ain't so bad. It's just got a load of moss on it and a few cracks, but nothing I can't sort of repair pretty quickly really. But I did notice that all these copings, because this is like a parapet across the whole of these buildings, like it goes right across. There's about 6 or 7 little artisan dwellings here, but on the bit we're on, which starts from here, all this pointing's gone in the copings, so I'll point all them in as well. There's only about 6, but I would, you know, obviously that's years of that's getting down there. God knows what it's doing below that. So belt and braces and all that, as old Roger Bisbee would say. Just another little bit to do. So just digging this back now. Same again, it looks like, I'm no expert on this stuff, but all these copings, all these sort of chamfered bits, it just all looks and feels like it's all like old poured concrete or something. But, I mean, that's, I don't know, that's a bit wiggly wonky. But they're not, they're pretty good, look. But it just looks like it was probably all shuttered up years ago and poured. If anyone knows better, let me know, because I've not got a clue what's going on under here. I'm just digging off some of the blown stuff, but it's, again, it just looks like a ballast underneath it. No bricks or anything. Could end up with loads of work from a job like this. Like, look at all these chimneys. They've all had it. All the renders around all them chimneys. Yeah, where's that one now? It's one of them jobs, once you're out here, the neighbours come out and so I've done about 3 or 4 of these along here, but only insides. So now the old neighbours will start seeing and hearing. Hopefully they'll want theirs done as well. I've cut a line down there, because obviously that's got to join on to that. I don't want any breakout coming across there. When I take this render off, it's like all, it's like card, you know what I mean? I don't know what's going on. Is that old rough cast plastered over? God knows. I mean, that looks like this sort of concrete. It's like sort of comes sort of lintel-y thing going along all the way through there. But all this, I mean, this is an old sort of town, so I have no idea what this is. Right, it is just before midday and it's getting hot up there now. It's getting hot, and I've hacked off all I'm going to hack off up there. I'm not going any more than that. I've got anything that was loose. I might scrape a little bit more paint off, but not a lot. And then I'm going to just dust it all down, have a good clear up. Then I'm going to paint the red render grit on it, and maybe get a few of the deeper bits just dabbed in for today. And then come back tomorrow and put the base coat all over it. So it's going to be fiddly up the top with the silicone, but I'm a silly sod. I didn't buy the primer for the silicone. So I've, obviously, I don't know if you know, but when you buy the primer for the silicone top coat, the thin coat stuff, the primer is exactly the same colour. I didn't buy that because I just didn't want tons and tons of that primer over. I've already got half a tub of white indoors. So I was just going to put the white on it, but in hindsight, if I'd have got the same colour, I could have just painted them sort of battlement bits really, rather than silicone them. But I'll see. It probably won't take long just to put a bit of silicone on. I'm not going to try and get them sharp or anything like that. I've already sort of said to the people, they'll be what they'll be. I'm not sort of going to start putting beads and things on, silly things like that. So yeah, I'm sure by the end of it, it will look nice. They always do. And I don't know if there's any purists watching and you're going to say I should have hacked it all off. But anyway, you can't. I'm not going to hack that back. I don't know where it'll end. So I'm just going to go over the top, and I've done that a few times. I've been over the top of old painted render. Just as long as you scratch it up, get all the loose off, put a nice grip primer on it, and then your silicone base coat, then your top coat. I've done that a few times over the years. God, a good few years ago now. I've never had any problems, never had any comebacks with it. I just think the golden rule is, as long as it's sound, these customers, they just really wanted me to tidy up that back, just do what I can to tidy it up. And you can't just tidy up render. Some of it had been scratched in, like the big blocks. Some of it had been patched in flat. So whatever you did to it, either, you're going to walk away from that job and it's going to stick out like a sore thumb. So I just thought it's better to just cover the whole thing as cheaply and as easily as possible. And I'm sure it will be the best one in the row when it's finished. I'll obviously show you that. And hopefully a few of the neighbours will come out and say, oh, that looks nice. Who did that for you? Ooh, there I go. Oh, down. Right. Alright, so all the water's running off there, coming to here, and obviously this is up and over. So it's all running down there, and that's the only outlet. Look, like a tin can in the way. I'll have to tell them about this. I'll clear all this from, and I'm also going to put some sort of cap sheet on these copings, I think, whether it be felt or a bit of flash band. I used to do felting years ago. I used to do roofing, flat roofing, but I haven't got the gear anymore, so I haven't got a gas bottle or gas gun. Well, I have, but it's at my son's house and that's miles away. So I might just get a tin of primer, prime them copings up, and then flash band them down and clear all this. That is not a good look on your roof, is it? And the woman did say that the boy's bedroom is under here, and the wallpaper is starting to get a bit mottled, like a bit damp or something coming through. So I think I'll spend a bit of time getting this right as well. Lovely up here. Shame I ain't got a little right loft hatch, some way of getting up here. Get the old balls out up here. Have to brown these balls in town, I would. Right, anyway. Suck on my chocolate salted balls. Put them in your mouth and suck them. Yeah. Fun. Apparently, I was just speaking to the lady, and these were built in the late 1800s, and they're all sort of concrete or something. There was some sort of experiment from the concrete company, and she said even when you try and put something in the walls from inside, they're just hitting stones all the time, so God knows what they're made of. I've not got a clue, but I can see no brick underneath that render, and a lot of the time, I don't know if I said round here, this got like them flints, and I wonder if it's ever been rendered over. You can see the fronts of them, look, they got a bit of render and stuff. Bit sort of parjet going on, but yeah, I don't know. I've not got a clue, but I know the chimneys are all at it. Look, dear, you could have a year's work up here just sorting these chimneys out, hacking them off, rendering them all again. I feel like Dick Van Dyke on the old chimney. Is that right, Mary Poppins? Right, let's get down. Dodgy bastard, and I'm not too old for this lot. Hope these copings are alright, fuck me. Right. Cool, man, cool. Right, now I'm going to get some red render grip and paint all this.